The House of Orange is live season opener. Tennessee takes care of business tonight over Mercer 76-61. We got a lot to talk about tonight on a night where I think you look at this one and you're probably saying pretty much we won the ball game tonight. After what was a rough weekend for Tennessee athletics, Tennessee bounces back tonight. Tennessee gets the win over Mercer tonight, and a lot to talk about. Thanks for tuning in with me. Hit that like. You know anybody that maybe hasn't found the channel, share it out for them. And if you haven't already and you're new, also hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate you guys. Want to hit some comments here. We've got a new let's see. Let me hit some of the comments. We'll get into it. District 1, see you as a new member of the channel. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you joining the channel. A couple things. Seen first half defense on wide open threes, giving up way too many driving kicks. Amet seems to be playing super slow. Looks like the game's too fast. I thought he picked it up later on, but I agree. I thought he started a little bit slow. But general observations that I had tonight was number one, what concerned me was just ball security. They did not take care of the ball at all tonight. 19. They were 1 for 1 assist to turnovers, 19-19 on that. That's not going to get it done. Just a lot of carelessness with the ball tonight that I did not like. And there was enough tonight you win pretty comfortably. Rick Barnes was pretty animated in that first half. He's going to leave that one tonight not too happy. Let's put it that way. And plenty of coachable moments. I mean, let's get it. There was things I liked tonight as well. Tennessee did the last, who was it, Gardner-Webb last year. It was really the first thing out of the gate. It was almost identical. And then they go, a few days later and blew Louisville out of the building at Louisville. So nothing, these are things that will get corrected. I do feel confident in that. My positives on a night, I thought on a night where I will say I think Ament makes it look easy. 18 points, 9 boards. And when he really hits his stride, he's going to do big things. He had a double-double against Duke in the exhibition game. The potential's there, and he's going to get better as it goes along. I think the first two games, I thought the game against Duke last weekend, even though it was a loss, I thought it was perfect for them in the respect that there was, you played a physical team in Duke that night, and there was a lot to take away. Your best two players still combined that night for, 30 points. They didn't shoot the ball well at all, so there's a lot to like there. I thought Ament did some. Sorry about that. I kicked myself out of the studio here. Gillespie tonight, he had a rough night shooting. He had 8 points, had too many 4 turnovers on the night, 6 assists. But that's something you got to think he'll get better. I'll tell you, man, one guy I thought played a pretty good ball game tonight was Boswell. I thought Boswell did well, and I know we wondered about his shot. Knocked down a 3, hit his free throws. He had 8 rebounds on the night. He played really good defense. I was impressed with Boswell. I thought he played a good game tonight. That guy there, if he can give you somewhere upper single digits, close to 10 points a game, if he hits those open shots, we can live with that. We can handle that. But he definitely, against Duke, I didn't think he played good defense against Duke. Didn't hardly shoot against Duke, but tonight the offense looked good. What little he did, he passed the ball well. I know he had 1 turnover, but it was a good look that he was trying to hit Cade Phillips. It would have been a dunk if he could have finished it. But I thought Boswell played well. J.P. Estrella, he played 20 minutes tonight. I think J.P. Estrella is going to do big things for this team. He had 12 points, 5 rebounds on the night. I think this is Barnes' deepest front court that he's had at this point. I really do. I think it remains to be seen what's going to happen with the backcourt. But the front court with Okpara, with Jalen Carey, with Cade Phillips, with JP Estrella, they've got depth there. And Brown, yeah, that's right, Tim. Dwayne Brown as well. They have got a lot of depth. They got a lot of combinations that they can go with. And, it's, looking down the line here, I'll hit some comments. We'll hit some stats here as well. Offense definitely looked better than saying. I like Troy Henderson. I liked what he brought to the table. 18 turnovers, too much. Once again, District, really appreciate you, man, becoming a member of the channel. Thank you so much for that. Let's see what we got. Mason Guest, member of the channel. Boswell looked a lot better tonight. Looked good defensively and passable on offensive end. Totally agree on that. Yep, I agree. When you played Henderson, Gillespie, and Boswell, I thought that lineup looked pretty interesting. I really did. They had a lot of ball movement on it. Tim Bradley in the house said a little sloppy, but I didn't see anything can't be tightened up in November. Young team still gelling. Totally agree on that one as well. We'll pull the schedule up, and we'll probably try to hit about 30 minutes here tonight, guys. We'll see where it goes with it. I'm probably going to be a little rusty. Been a bit since I've done the live stream stuff as well. I know the schedule right out of the gate is pretty forgiving, if I'm not mistaken. So you've got Northern Kentucky Saturday, then North Florida, Rice, Tennessee State. So really it doesn't get real until November 24th when they play Rutgers, and then they'll play Houston the next night, and then they'll have looks like another potential game on Wednesday or Thursday. And that's a pretty strong field in that Players Era Men's Championship. Then you get Syracuse, Illinois, Louisville, Gardner-Webb, South Carolina State, and that will end non-conference play. Not really the strongest non-conference schedule I've seen Tennessee play this year. But it might come in handy for a couple weeks. You can basically beat up on some teams. You can find out about your guys. You can find out about some rotations along the way. Totally agree, man. Brown, he does not look like a freshman. He's built well, and that was one of the things they talked about was just how you heard a lot of good things, the work he put in and stuff like that. But team definitely looked better in the second half. We saw that, but still some moments. Mercer cut it to 13, and it was like Tennessee, they come out of that timeout and played pretty well. Yep, totally agree on Henderson. I thought he played well tonight. Let's see what else we got here. What's going on, Princey Pooh? Good to see you in here. Totally agree on this one. 1-to-1, 19 assists, 19 turnovers. That's not going to do it. Rick Barnes will have a field day with that one. He was pretty pissed in that first half. There was multiple chew-outs happened in that first half, and there were some guys who was not paying attention, and if you noticed over on the bench, it wasn't long somebody was up after it. I think this is the big thing here. It's a lot of parts that, you think about it, who's returned from last year? It was Boswell, Phillips, and JP Estrella and Felix Okpara. And Estrella didn't play last year. He played, 3 games. And Boswell, he would play occasionally on it, but it was mainly Cade Phillips, Okpara. So it's a brand new team for the most part besides that. And, you incorporate your freshmen, you incorporate Ament, Gillespie, Abram, Jalen Carey. I could go Ethan Berg, who I like Ethan Berg. I like what he brings in there as well. But let me try to get caught up here. I was kind of not even in it at the end there. I didn't even see Masamba in, so didn't look like, based on the stats, anything. Let's see, he took a 3 and missed it. Okay. Your plus-minus guys, when Boswell was on the court, he led the way with 19 plus-minus, Gillespie 15. Dwayne Brown, 13. Estrella, 9. What's interesting is when Ament was on the court, Ament tonight, his plus-minus was actually 0. That's pretty interesting. Efficiency-wise, according to the live stats, Ament was the highest at 18. Dwayne Brown, Estrella, and Boswell. I would agree based on that one. Looking at – let me compare the split box here. Here's what I want to see. So Barnes is going to like this. They held Mercer 30% field goals, 21% three-point. I think you take that any night of the week. Mercer did get to the free throw line more than Tennessee. Tennessee 9 of 15, 60%. Same old story with free throw shooting. That's something that hopefully down the line will be better. I mean, you factor in 0 for 2 from Cade Phillips. Ament was 5 of 7. Carey 2 for 3. Carey was 2 points shot of a double-double. He had 10 rebounds on the night. Rebounding, Tennessee dominated in that one, 54-32. And I felt like it was even worse than that because it feels like there was numerous rebounds that ricocheted or went off their hands or just got tipped around as well. But I think you got to like that as far as the front court and the depth that they have. And it's solid depth, too. A lot of athleticism, a lot of guys who can get up. They can get up and down the court, too. I think that's a real positive for this team. Now, though, you look back at the Duke game and they got out physical in that game. But, you know, the rotation was a bit different in that game, too. But I think it kind of gave us a glimpse of probably where we're going also. Yeah, totally agree. The size down low is going to come in real handy at some point. What's up, Big Dave? Dave likes Cade Phillips. Cade Phillips his athleticism he is very, very athletic guy. If he could develop some kind of a shot, man, he would have a ton of potential to be what he's doing. Dwayne Brown, yeah, I totally agree. Everybody seems to be in consensus on that. I'm curious to see on this one if they incorporate some lineups more later on where Berg handles it and you see Gillespie play off the ball. I think that's got a lot of potential. And I agree. His handle, his ability to create, I liked what I saw tonight as well. Yeah, we've got till really almost the end of the month. I'm guessing that is Thanksgiving week, where they'll players normally some good tournaments Thanksgiving week. This one in Vegas will be really good this year. There'll be some good teams because you got Rutgers and Houston, and that's like they'd said at the end. I bet Barnes will have that Houston one circled, be ready to go on that. I had not seen the Auburn score. I'm curious to see what Auburn's drop-off is going to be on that. And old Bruce Pearl, the used car salesman, he played that one good, got his boy right in there. Old Stevens ridden Bruce's coattails. He rode him at Tennessee, ridden him all the way to a head coaching job. We'll see how he does down there. But, yeah, that one's whatever. What's up, General? Good seeing here. Team didn't look particularly good in the first half. Whole new team. Hoping we improve as the season goes on and can make another run. To me, the key with this team is going to be the backcourt with it. But I think, like Reese, 23, hit on here. Berg, I think more he gets caught. I mean, he just got on campus from what they say, September, that he got on campus. And he looks pretty good. He looks pretty fluid in what he does. Good handle, good shot. And like I said, he's not going to be intimidated either based on what he's been through to get here. I'm curious to see, man, there's some pretty sick combinations that they could put together out there. If you put, let's say you went Berg handling the ball, Gillespie off at the 2, Ament at the 3, maybe you go Jalen Carey at 4, JP Estrella at the 5. A part of me thinks that could be your best offensive lineup. Now you could put Felix Akpari in. He's got a decent game. He's developing a shot, which is pretty interesting. He hit a 3 against Duke, and he hit one tonight as well. Felt like he had more than 5 points, though. I know he had the lob that was later on in the game. Then he had the 3. So, yeah, I'd say I guess not. He only played 15 minutes tonight. That's interesting. Minutes leaders, of course, Gillespie, Ament. Estrella played 20 minutes on the night. I mean, he played good basketball. I think the biggest thing you take out of it, too, Troy Henderson, 6 points, 2 assists, only 1 turnover during his time in. Berg, he only took 2 shots. He hit that floater layup, but he had 5 assists, no turnovers. No, excuse me, he had 1 turnover. I'm sorry, I've looked at personal fouls. That's a pretty good 5-to-1 ratio. We'll take that. Gillespie, 6-4 assists to turnovers. I mean, that was about right out of the Zakai Ziegler book there at times. This is definitely I think this is definitely Barnes' deepest front court. And possibly overall, I agree on that one. I think they'll find the combination, but there's good things we saw tonight out of Boswell. We saw good things out of Troy Henderson. Berg, I think, as he gets more settled in, is going to provide more down the line. And, Gillespie, the combination, he can run the point, he can play off. That's going to be big as well. And I'll tell you, I'm fascinated with the thought and the prospect of possibly Ament running the point sometimes. I just wonder if he gets more and more settled in. And, 2 years ago, you think back to Dalton Connect, where they got games where it was basically get out of the way, give it to Connect, and let him go. When Ament starts to really assert himself, I'm curious to see if they don't do the same with him. His handle's good. I mean, he got a little careless at times with it tonight, but his handle's good. His driving, I mean, he does good things. I mean, he's not had a dominant game in either one yet, but you can see it's there. You can see the potential is there. And there's going to be some nights where he totally goes off on it. Yeah, I would like to see more physicality as well. And, yeah, I totally agree on this one. Lots of good film for Barnes to tear up some asses. I totally agree on that one. Yeah, Ament will have some 30-point games this year. You wait and see if he doesn't. Got to cut the turnovers way, way down. That's not going to do it tonight. A lot of sloppiness, but it is what it is in that regard. All right, I think that catches us all up. Yeah, I agree on this. And Berg, I think Berg's going to be an asset. Looks to be a good find by Rick Barnes. And, I don't know. Their international scouting is really good. They find some guys that, I'm curious to see Masamba. I think down the line with his athleticism game, once he kind of I don't know that he contributes a lot this year, but if he's a guy who'll stick around, put in the work, I think down the line there's a lot of opportunity there. The athleticism with Masamba is elite. I mean, it's almost up there. It looks to me like with Yves Pons when he played a few years ago. Different build of guy, but just can jump through the roof. Pretty crazy in that regard. 20 minutes in, got about 50 people. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. First one of the year tonight. I know Lady Vols play tomorrow. I saw it at 4 o'clock. I'm going to try to go live on that one. That's going to be a little bit tricky, but I think I may be able to on that. We will see on it because I'm going to miss part of the game. So good test for them coming right out of the gate as well. But I think, looking down the line here at Tennessee's schedule, of course, I talked about it earlier. Saturday, they play Northern Kentucky at 3 o'clock. November 12th, next Wednesday, they play North Florida at 7. November 17th, they play Rice. And then November 20th, which is a Thursday, they play Tennessee State on that night. Before Thanksgiving week, they go out to Las Vegas and play in the Players Era Men's Championship. That's a strong field here as well because Tennessee plays, we know for sure, Rutgers and Houston. But in that field is Alabama, Auburn, Baylor. That'd be interesting if they played Baylor and got to see our old buddy Cam Carr. Creighton, Gonzaga, Houston, Iowa State, Kansas, Maryland, Michigan, Notre Dame, Oregon. Mentioned Rutgers already. San Diego State, St. John's, Syracuse, Tennessee, and UNLV. That's a pretty cool tournament that they put together there. So it looks like the possibility of them playing 4 games that week. I'm kind of confused because it says November 26th, 27th to be determined. So that could be pretty interesting there. At Syracuse, December 2nd, which is a Tuesday. Illinois and Nashville, December 6th. They're off 10 days. They play Louisville. Gardner-Webb on a Sunday, December 21st. And South Carolina State concludes non-conference play, and then they kick off conference play at Arkansas. So pretty favorable non-conference schedule, I believe, on it. I'm curious to see this one. It's a good question here. I think the Lady Vols do without Whitehorn. I mean, she was probably their second best player coming in. She looked good in the exhibition game. Pretty unfortunate, but wish her the best. Hopefully she gets things turned around. She had put out a statement today, and, it's somebody who made mistakes, and, maybe unfortunately it took the consequences to realize it. But, again, I think she said she was going to step away a little bit and kind of get herself cleared up. Hopefully she does, and she can get back, get things going again for her. What's up, Papa J? Good to see you in here, man. Yeah, Barnes is going to love that film tonight because he's going to, I would say tomorrow, practice is going to be pretty animated with Barnes and what he saw tonight. Just looking around Tennessee, I mean, they shot 49%. That's 41% 3-point. That's not bad. I think we'll take that most nights. 60% on free throws, not going to cut it. They only forced 5 turnovers tonight, had 19. So that was, Mercer had +8 in points off turnovers tonight. That's not going to do it. Again, total rebounds, 54-32. Tennessee had 16 offensive boards, 38 defensive. They really, they doubled up on defensive boards. And second chance points, Tennessee had 19. The bench, 32 points in the paint, 44-22. That's what we've talked about is, to me, it's Barnes' deepest front court that he's had. I mean, there's 5 solid dudes. And, I think a lot of people coming in maybe before the exhibitions or exhibition. Well, no, they played Ohio State too. We still don't really know a ton about that other than Tennessee won that one. But with Brown, he's kind of the unexpected. He looks legit too. He looks totally legit. And Estrella, because the thing with Estrella, he can score around the basket. He can step out and hit the 3 too. That's what I like about him. And then Jalen Carey, I think with him too, you saw he can get in there and beat and bang a lot. And I don't feel like they've had a guy really like that since Grant Williams. Fulkerson could to an extent, but Fulkerson was not the muscular guy that Jalen Carey is. So you add that to the equation. It's, a lot to like tonight. Things to clean up, but a lot to like as well. And, just look at this one too. Barnes is going to have a field day with. Mercer had 15 steals and Tennessee only had 2. I can tell you now, Barnes, he'll go to bed pissed over that one tonight. Let's see what else we got. I'll have to turn Auburn on here in just a few minutes. Probably going to go about 4 more minutes here and wrap up. Week 8, of course, no football this week. The pitchforks are out. Can't say I'm in agreement on the Fire Heupel. That's a slippery slope. Anybody that wants that done, because we're where we are because of him. So I know we're basketball. I got to throw that one out there. I'm not on board with that at all. There's things that need to be better, but What else we got? Got basketball this week. Baseball Sunday. If you're Game 3 Fall Ball World Series, where they call it, at the Smoky Stadium in Knoxville. Old Frank is making the road trip. He got him a ticket, and he's heading down for it. So I'm going to go down and check it out, take a look at that team live and in person. So if you're down there, if you see old Frank down there, give him a shout. Say hello on that. Men, against Saturday, 3 o'clock. Plan is to hit some little post games, as many as possible on that. The women, let me look at their schedule. They definitely play tomorrow at 4 o'clock against NC State. What is it, 8 versus 9? And then Friday evening, they play East Tennessee State at 6:30, the women does. And then they play again Sunday against UT Martin. Definitely no live show Sunday, and we'll see about Friday evening. Or not. Fridays are really not my nights that I like to do live, because I like to get out and do things, just to be honest. So we'll kind of see on that. I mean, there's a lot of games. I'm going to try to do a lot of live with basketball. So I'm not going to get them all in. There's just no way on it. But I'll get the biggest part of them. Definitely when we get the bigger non-conference and the SEC games. That's the ones that's going to be the big emphasis on it. Same with baseball. I mean, baseball, I'm going to shift into probably trying to go live every game, at least for a few minutes on even midweek games when we get there. Those are a lot of fun to talk about sometimes. Some of those are pretty interesting. But overall, final assessment I got on tonight as I work toward wrapping this up. Again, thank you guys for tuning in with me tonight. Greatly appreciate that. But overall, not a bad night for Tennessee. They got the win comfortably. I don't frankly care about the spread. I don't gamble. So, the spread doesn't bother me. That was a pretty high spread for a first game. And a lot of times you see these first games where, there's rust. They're getting the rust off some. That was definitely the case tonight. A lot of good tonight, but a lot that Rick Barnes he's going to be pretty PO'd about tonight and tomorrow. So I would say it's going to be an interesting day at Tennessee basketball practice tomorrow. Wrap up on that one. My plan again is to go live for the Lady Vols tomorrow, but it's kind of dependent on if I can. I'm going to try to. Let's put it that way. If you see it pop up, then you'll know at that point. Lady Vols play at 4. Men, they're back in action Saturday, Northern Kentucky. If I had to give a game ball tonight, I mean, I got to go probably Nate Ament, 18 points, 9 boards, 29 minutes. Pretty solid night. And we've not even seen him in full stride yet. When he gets fully going, it's going to be impressive to watch. Funny enough tonight, only 2 guys in double digits, Ament 18 and Estrella 12. But you had Gillespie 8, Boswell 5, Carey 8, Akpara 5, Brown 6, Cade Phillips 6, Henderson 6, Berg only 2, and Abram only 0. Neither one, they only played 16, 13 minutes respectively. And Boswell only played 16, but he was definitely more effective tonight. So lots of combos that they could go with. I mean, part of me wonders, could you go with a combo at some point of Akpara, Carey, Estrella, Ament, and Gillespie possibly? There's a lot of possibilities that they could go with and get scoring out of it. But thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to wrap up on that one. Hope to see you tomorrow. If you go tomorrow, if not, hope to see you this weekend. Definitely have plenty of content. Like I said, if you're in Knoxville at the Fall Ball World Series, you see old Frank, come up and say hello. Definitely be nice to meet you. So, guys, have a great rest of your evening. Frank, House of Orange, and I'll see you when I see you.